Hello, my lovely Virgos. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to your weekly reading. This will be for the week of the 8th to the 14th of July. So, yeah, just going to dive into it. I am in the middle of a lot of craziness. Virgos, I have my family coming over. I'm also moving within the next month. So, there's a lot going on. So, these are going to be quite quick, okay, this week. So, let's dive straight in. Let's see what's going on for you guys. All right. My lovely Virgos, please spirit, what are some really important things that Virgos need to hear this week? Okay, this one also is flipped, if you can see as well. If I can grab it. Right. Higher power and milk and honey, a time of healing, soothing things, really kind of to celebrate things as well. As you can see, there is this beautiful rainbow here. And as we know, when rainbows happen, it means that the sun is finally shining after a storm has passed. So this again is kind of showing that maybe you guys have been through a little bit of a storm in your world. Maybe you went through a difficult chapter in your life. Now the rainbow is here. You're able to really embrace in the good times, which is nice, and to heal maybe the pains that the past storm has scarred you with, or whatever. Like, that's what I'm sensing here. But it's a nice time to bathe in. I always see this card as like pampering yourself. This is a really good week to pamper yourself, to treat yourself to nice things, to feel the joy, to celebrate overcoming something as well. Okay, you also have higher power, which is about unlocking maybe an intuitive side of yourself. Maybe there is some psychic things going on in your world, Virgo, that you are unlocking. This is your third eye, being able to see through situations, to be able to see with more than just your two eyes. Maybe your senses are getting heightened here. Basically, you're connecting to a higher power this week. So again, maybe getting more vivid dreams could be coming up for you guys, or receiving an answer. They're highlighting that this is like something is being unlocked, but I'm also seeing you gaining some sort of information that's also unlocking something here. All right, but let's carry on for you guys. Let's grab you some more cards. It feels like a good week so far, my lovely Virgos. Ooh, first chakra. Okay, this is your base chakra. This is speaking about your identity. Okay, this is really about your base beliefs on who you are, what you're able to attain in your life. By the way, I am sensing a little bit of like a money shift, because when you heal your base chakra, this is your foundation, and this is like your survival chakra. So all of the things that happen, I feel like you're healing traumas of survival, by the way, guys. They made me stop and do that. Like, that's it. Okay, you're healing survival wounds. So that storm was representing that you were in a chapter of survival mode, having to kind of push through troubles and obstacles, in order to survive a very stormy situation. Now you're able to find balance. You've definitely learned something through this that gave you this maybe a spiritual awakening. So yeah, the base chakra also has to do with your financial things. So if you've experienced financial problems when you went through that storm in that survival mode, it makes sense, especially if you grew up with less than, a lot of the time that's your belief, is that, money has to be really hard to attain or whatever. Like, there is definitely you healing really deep rooted traumas, actually things that happen in your childhood, or again, things that you witnessed as a child, or this could be generational stuff, things that will pass down to you through generations. There's a lot of healing going on, and your identity is changing. Did you see I made a bit of a heart here, which is interesting, because your next card is Angel of Love, giving love to yourself. You have a lot of loving energy coming your way. This can also be about you opening up energy, your own energy to receiving love. That could be coming through that generational trauma, maybe it's to do with relationships, or to do with your heart space as well. I'm not sure, but it does feel like you're giving yourself more love. You're giving yourself definitely a chance this week to heal things through a loving energy. You're healing very deep stuff, though, whatever it is. So it's not just a small deal, guys. This is a big deal, whatever it is that you guys are dealing with this week. You have Archangel Michael, so that could be an archangel that's important to you guys for protection. But Angel Love is coming in. So some of you, there is love interests coming through your way. But I feel like this week is about you and yourself. Maybe I just feel like, good energy. Like, maybe there's just loving energy around you. All right. Oh, the car is beeped outside. So that could be a sign. All right. Let's see for my lovely Virgos this week. Ooh. I want to get another one. I was about to whistle. I do really weird things during reading sometimes, but I was just gonna like almost, when you, I don't know, whistle to avoid something. What are they speaking about? When someone pretends they don't see something, it's like do 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 do, like but whistling terms, like that's what I'm feeling, which is interesting because I feel like that is a message for some of you. Maybe you guys like avoided seeing things. Now we have release, we have guilt. That could be self-explanatory. Some of you, what you need to release is guilt. Sorry, I almost said that wrong. And my camera is doing the same thing it did last week. Apologies. It will go back to normal. Which is the first chakra, which is fear, shame, guilt. Maybe, your desires were ashamed when you self-bounded by chains because that's what you were. That's what was done to you. Look at this. We had it in your last reading, I think, Virgo, where there was this sense of feeling tied up to people who mistreated you. And that was where your insecurities came from, which is so interesting because that was the base chakra as well. And it does feel like this is what you're releasing as well. I don't know if people have projected their shame and their guilt onto you. So where it's like people make you feel guilty because they actually feel guilty, so you're the person to blame. We have somebody here who is this lovely saint, this angel of love. Maybe that's you guys. I feel like you're the angel of love, but people have kind of mistreated you, or as you can see, she's kind of like a slave here. As you can see, she's being shackled. I think the message behind this card, Virgo, is that, whatever side of the coin you are on, allow it to resonate however it is. But we have one person who's drinking their sorrows away. They feel like they're mistreating their partner, but they're not doing anything about it. That person's a saint. They feel like, they feel guilty because they're this toxic person and their partner is just this saint, instead of actually getting up and doing some things so that they don't feel that way and that their partner doesn't have to do that. They just sit in that guilt and they wallow in that guilt. So I don't know if that's how people have treated you. I don't know if that's what you feel in terms of a partner here. One thing I have to say is to release the guilt. I feel like it's also about shifting your identity, the way that you see yourself, so that you can also change the things that you maybe don't feel proud of. Or again, for some of you, that is some people around you. And I think it's about releasing how people have treated you in the past. And again, maybe you blame yourself. Why did I stick around when that person was, not good for me or whatever? Like, this is a really big time of releasing really old things as well. Like, I'm almost seeing like the skeletons in the closet here. So no shame, whatever side of the coin it is. Like, sometimes we'll get in it. If we're not mentally okay, then sometimes we do take it out on people that we love, and then we start to feel guilty. We start to feel guilty about it and end up in a spiral. But what that's trying to say here is, okay, let's get out the spiral. Let's get out of that guilt. That guilt's only sending you further down and making you feel even worse. So let's try and get out of it. Let's release it. This release card, again, is not only about releasing pains of the past. Let's not visit the cemetery here of all those situations that have ended in your life. All right, let's stop repeating those. Instead, let's release that and release blame. Okay, release blaming of others, release blaming of ourselves, what we should have done, could have done, would have done if it wasn't for this. Let's let go of that. This is a really major purging session for you guys this week. You then have perfection and trickery. That is just reminding me of that quote where it's like, too good to be true. Be aware of that. Okay, if something is too perfect, Virgo, be aware of it. Okay, specifically people, and maybe you've dealt with that before, it where things just seemed a bit too perfect. That's just what I'm sensing here with that. It's okay to have really good high standards. That's really good, but let's not seek perfection, because I'm sensing that because those two came out together, that can even be yourself, because remember, this is a chakra card, so this is base chakra as well. Having to see yourself as perfect is where you're tricking yourself. No one's perfect, all right? And you might be feeling guilty. I wish I could be doing this, or I should be working harder, or I should be providing more, or whatever it is. You guys might be being really harsh on yourself. I'm hearing listen, like whose voice is that that's telling you these things? because I bet you it's not your own. This is going back to maybe some things that you accidentally, got conditioned into believing from maybe a really long time ago or through your experience. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Okay? With that trickery here as well, just be aware. Just be aware of whatever that energy is. Anyway, I'm really talking again for too long. Your Virgo readings always end up, I slow down. I feel comfortable in your energy because I'm a Virgo too. So it's like, but let's keep going. Come on, Spirit. Let's go for my Virgos. Ooh, interesting. You have death. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. Okay? Release. If you're still at the cemetery, not literally speaking, but if you're still in the memories of the past, you're living in the past. That's just what it is. You're not allowing something to transform into new energy, okay? You also have humor, which says, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life, okay? Add some humor into your life will be very important this week. What else do we have? I'm trying to be quick here. Let's get you some animal spirit cards. For Virgos, Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back. You are protected. Did we have that last time? I'm not sure. Ooh. They're saying something about the talons of the eagle. And I feel like last time when this card came up, it was important that it was about like Spirit is going to grab opportunities for you and send them your way. That's what it feels like. You have now is a lucky time with Rabbit Spirit. This is a fertile time for you, okay? A really good time to bring new energy in, as we've been saying. Because of that milk and honey, there is a new chapter here. And one is so much better than the last. All right, Fox Spirit, think on your feet. They're saying this chapter is like something that may have been like, they're saying it's like a longer time scale. So maybe the last few years, or the last year or the last few years have been challenging. Survival mode for you. That's changing. You have think on your feet. This is a good time to adapt, to be flexible, to use that beautiful Mercury brain into finding solutions for yourself. Okay. Your mind is very important. Okay. You also have Turkey Spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. A really good time to give to others, okay? By the way, that Fox Spirit as well, think on your feet. I feel like what they were saying to me just now, if I can remember it, is that in order to think on your feet, you have to be present. So again, the same with that release. No more going back into the past. No more worrying about the future. Let's be present, because this is, again, where we're able to navigate and think on our feet. We're able to take whatever comes our way and turn it into something else, or to, do something with it, okay? It's really important. You have love endures, okay? Love that. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. Do you remember how I said you are the angel of love? Like, I almost feel like love is your name. Like, this is so random, but it's like love endures, like Virgo endures, or whatever your name is, you endure. You do not give up or lose faith. You are hopeful and withstand every situation. That could be a good affirmation for self. If you do struggle sometimes with hardships, because again, you've dealt with a lot. And I feel like you do take things to heart a lot of the time, because you are a being of love. So when you feel like you've done something wrong or whatever, people can definitely manipulate you, Virgo, when it comes down to the heart. We think we had that last time. That's why you were insecure. That's what we had last time. Same message. Is so interesting. Okay, let's grab you some more, because again, I'm yapping. Virgo, please, Spirit. We have friendship, okay? This could have been a friendship. You're healing. That jumped up with friendship, okay? Relationships. All right, friendships and healing. You then have a guardian angel. You have a spirit guide right on your shoulder. So whenever you're feeling lost or like a lack of hope, just remember that you do have guardian angels around you, okay? You have self-acceptance, all right? It could have been something around a friendship, because that came right afterwards. That really kind of, again, that guilt, feeling like you were definitely projected onto, Virgo. That's what your healing is, your friendship. People have definitely hurt you in your life, Virgo, right? But you're getting over it. You're pampering yourself. You're giving yourself that good credit where due. You're not seeking perfection. Again, people took your imperfections and used it against you as if you were horrible. We had that last time. Trickery. Anyways, let's see. Virgo, interesting one for the week. You have the Hanged One here, which is all about seeing something from a different perspective. If you're feeling like life is a little bit stagnant at the moment, or feeling a little bit stuck in your thoughts, this is a really good time to see something differently with a new perspective. You have the Knight of Wands, some sort of travel or forward movement. Most importantly, this is a really good time for optimism. Okay, I'm just going to clarify the Hanged One very quickly. You have the Hierophant as well, so really good for relationships. I'm going to clarify each of them. Let's get one for each. The Hanged One. Ooh, the Knight of Wands. Ew! And the Hierophant. Okay, the Hierophant is beautiful. The Lovers, beautiful. The Lovers and the Hierophant and the Ten of Pentacles is here. So in terms of relationship, this is amazing. If you're not in a relationship yet, then Hierophant, Ten of Pentacles, and the Lovers definitely feels like there will be definitely marriage coming up for you guys in the future. But you, I feel like you're not fixing your beliefs. There's something about your beliefs that is going to really kind of build a really solid foundation, so that when you're making decisions, the Lovers card, moving forward, you're making decisions based on what it is that you believe you're able to actually achieve. Now they're linking that back to the base chakra. That's your beliefs about yourself, about what your rights are, your divine birthrights. Some of you are really stepping into that belief, and this is that ascension. Again, in a relationship, or if you're dating, if you have love in your life, I'm seeing that going further. Now you have the Hanged One and the Queen of Swords reversed, which is interesting. Queen of Swords in reverse can sometimes be very cold, so I'm actually going to clarify that again. I feel like there is this very closed off energy about you, but I feel like that's also what's changing. Let's clarify it. It's funny that she came reversed because the Hanged One is reversed. So I feel like, again, maybe in the past you kind of allowed things to happen. Like I said before, like that whistling was almost like, just gonna distract myself and not look at what I should have just looked at, when things go wrong. That is kind of like a lack of boundaries maybe, and I think you've absolutely learned a really incredible lesson about boundaries, and also about where you give your time and energy. And also maybe I'm sensing like a lot of stuff here that you're really reflecting on. Okay, you have the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles here. So Six of Pentacles is also about an exchange, making sure that what you're giving to is also what gives back to you. And the Seven of Pentacles is kind of like that reassessing of what you've been building here. So that Hanged One and that message definitely feels like you are reassessing or looking at things a bit differently, to understand the lesson behind maybe a chapter or a situation that was very challenging for you. Oops. One more for Queen of Swords. I'm assuming that's Virgo. The Five of Swords. This is something you're letting go of now so that you can be happier. Five of Swords is like conflict. Maybe again, it's someone that you were in conflict with. It's a air sign energy. Pisces as well. Conflict, maybe competition. Maybe it's that, guilt that you guys have had here. If only I'd done this, or if only I'd listened. I feel like you've learned a very big lesson here, so let's not dwell on that. You have the Knight of Wands here, and you also have the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords is a difficult one because it is about deception of some sort. It's about things being done behind your back, sneaky energy. With the Knight of Wands as well, it's like, kind of like an unserious, uncommitted, very, I want to call it destructive. It's not seeking destruction. Whatever this energy is, whoever it is, it's not seeking destruction. It's seeking desires. It's seeking, I don't know. I think this is trying to describe somebody. Now my teeth are going sensitive all of a sudden. All right, the Knight of Wands. Some of you will say a plan or a strategy is necessary in order to move forward. For others of you, this came up with Two of Cups. So this is talking about a soulmate connection with somebody. This again is something that you are healing. Okay, sorry about my screen. I don't know if it's bugging out for you, but it is for me. The Knight of Wands is like a very unserious, ungrounded energy, which can be very difficult in relationships. Okay, so whether you're understanding that maybe somebody was a bit unserious in a connection with them, or Let's just get one more for that. What's the Seven of Swords? Ace of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. Maybe someone went against a strategy here. Went against the plan. Ace of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. It's kind of like this new beginning and building something here. And you have the Ace of Cups here. So the Seven of Swords feels definitely like it's an old energy. If you were deceived in the past, and again, this is the lesson that you've learned about people, making sure that you're going towards people who are very grounded. Because again, yeah, like pleasure seeking, I heard. Maybe there was somebody trying to sabotage a current connection. Someone on the outside trying to get in. For others of you, it can even be self-sabotage. So if this is something about reflecting on yourself, maybe again, your own energy has gotten in the way of a relationship or a connection or a soulmate connection with some. Okay, the way that it's going to resonate is going to be different for everybody. But Ace of Wands is a brand new beginning. Movement is passionate energy. Okay, and the Three of Pentacles is about building the foundation of something. So maybe a new plan coming up in a dynamic with someone or a new person coming in your life. Just be aware if the Knight of Wands and the Seven of Swords is how you're feeling about somebody new, then I would stay away from it, to be honest with you. Okay. But I do see new energy coming up for you. And again, some travel, some adventure, some like new things you're going to be achieving, because it is Knight of Wands is like seeking more knowledge, seeking more things, seeking expansion. Is Sagittarius energy, is expansion energy, is wanting knowledge. Just be aware of maybe our own shadow sides. Guilt, being tied down to something else. It's not giving me anything aside from that. But we do have that trickery. So let me see what that trickery is. I think it's something that you've walked away from. It's just about releasing it now. Eight of Cups and the Ten of Wands. Letting it go, walking away from it. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to go because I'm about to choke, but I wish you guys all the best.